Welcome to the Shades of Havana podcast, where we explore the rich history and culture of one of the world's most iconic cigar-making cities. Ybor City has been synonymous with premium cigars for over a century, thanks to the pioneering efforts of visionaries like Vicente Martinez, Ybor and Julius Caesar, J.C. Newman, and the countless families and businesses that followed in their footsteps. From the bustling cigar factories that once lined Ybor City streets, to the boutique shops and lounges that dot the city today, Tampa's cigar industry has left an indelible mark on the city's identity and character. Join us as we sit down with the industry experts, passionate enthusiasts, and local legends to uncover the stories, traditions, and innovations that have made Tampa Bay the cigar capital of the world. Whether you're a seasoned enthusiast or a curious newcomer, we invite you to light up, relax, and journey with us into the fascinating cigar capital of the world. Welcome to Shades of Havana, with your host, Michael Doyle. Shades of Havana was brought to you by, celebrating their 75th anniversary, Porsche Tampa, the global leader in two-way cigar humidity control, Boveda Inc., award-winning air purifiers, Rabbit Air. Turn your garage or basement into the ultimate man cave with Man Cave King. When you're looking to purchase or refinance your home, fund your bliss at Bliss Mortgage. For the latest styles in golf and beach apparel, Fluke Apparel Company. Premium quality lifestyle eyewear with 100% mineral glass lenses, Otis Eyewear, and treasure awaits. Visit Tampa Bay.
Welcome to Shades of Havana. I'm your host, Michael Doyle. We are here at the Corona Cigar Company in Tampa, Florida, also formerly known as the cigar capital of the world. I'm honored and joined with some of the most cigar enthusiasts from around the world. But before we get started, I'm smoking a West Tampa tobacco cigar. Why don't you introduce yourselves and tell us what you're smoking?
I'm Reinhold Widmayer, editor-in-chief of the Cigar Journal Magazine, and I'm smoking a brand new West Tampa red label coming to the market very soon. Thanks, Rick, for gifting it to me.
I'm Francesca Attardi, and I'm here with these amazing gentlemen. I'm a cigar enthusiast, and I'm smoking a Partagas D4.
And I'm Rick Rodriguez from West Tampa Tobacco Company. I am enjoying, of course, the newest cigar from West Tampa called West Tampa Red.
Fantastic cigar, I must say. What an honor and privilege it is to be surrounded with all of you here today. Now, you think about life. You think about the journey. You know, where you were, where you are, where you plan on going. And, Rick, it's interesting. We started back several months ago, in wanting to put this cigar show, the anniversary series together. And it was really intriguing and yet inspiring when you think of the road that you have led. Why don't you share a little bit about your experience and about yourself?
Yeah, I don't think we have enough time, so I'll just kind of cut it short for us. But I started this business about 25 years ago. I was hired by a company called General Cigar. And General Cigar was the maker or owners of certain lines. They had Cohiba, Macanudo, Partagas, Hoya, Punch, Excalibur, La Gloria, Cubata. So when I was hired for a salesman. I was a salesman in the state of Florida for about 4 years. And the owner of General Cigar, Mr. Coleman, approached me one day and said, "We need some help from you. A lot of our blenders, master blenders, are leaving the company. They're either going to retire or they're going to just leave the company. And so we need to prepare for the future. And we have chosen to train you." Like anybody, I looked behind me to see who they're talking to, because I was only in the business for 4 years. I really just started to know how many cigars was on the box of cigars. And now you want me to blend cigars for you. And so that training process took about almost 6 years. 2 years of training in the factories, but 5 years of training with Benji Menendez. And he showed me the art of blending tobaccos together. And after that training, I went to work with La Gloria for about 18 months, and then we merged or bought CAO. That was about 15 years ago, and they moved me from the DR to Nicaragua to be in charge of releasing new cigars for CAO. And so I was doing that for about 14 and a half years. And my daughter approached me in 2020 and said, Dad, I want to come home. I want to work with you. Let's start a company together. Not realizing how hard that is to do, but we did it. And so I left General Cigar, matter of fact, on April the 29th of last year, and we started West Tampa Tobacco Company on May the 2nd. So we just celebrated our first year of selling cigars for West Tampa.
Congratulations.
Oh, yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. With friends and help in Europe, we're a global company already. We're in about 350 shops in America right now, but we're also in 28 countries in Europe and Asia today too. So it's a global company, and working with Reinhold and what you did and the interviews and the talking to help us get this name. They may know me, but they don't know West Tampa. So the help of partners, we're able to get that message out. If you were a fan of Ricky and CAO, we think you're going to be a fan of this new company called West Tampa.
Well, it's interesting, and I want to say congratulations to you again. As an entrepreneur, it's no easy task. You go from representing a brand to then going out on your own. All those life lessons and experiences that you had picked up along the way. It's a completely new avenue, road to go down. So everything that you knew doesn't always transition and carry over. And, it's interesting because you talk about, Reinhold, your perspective and your point of watching, the cigar industry change and evolve over the years. And I'm just curious to know that, from knowing Rick and your past experiences, from outer body experience or out of industry experience, what is it like when you watch and see people change positions, go into a new venture? What does it mean to you?
Well, first of all, it's exciting. It's exciting to see guys like Rick or even other people to go on their own from a big company and started their own cigar company, which I think is absolutely brave these days to do that, because it's not easy. We are all, the whole industry is under pressure, regulations, taxes, FDA, European Union. So it's not an easy task, and I lift my hat to everybody who has the balls to do that.
Yes.
Well, when you look back at the industry, you were back here at the historic former capital city, capital cigar of the world, right? And you take it back to even the history, the historic times where Vincetti, Martinez Ybor was the first to found Ybor City, and he brought close to 200 cigar manufacturers here to this great city. And throughout the years, unfortunately, we saw 200 of them close, but it's always inspiring when you can see and watch somebody with this much knowledge and experience go out and venture on their own. So, it's truly remarkable to even be a part of your journey, your experience here today. And we sincerely thank you for that. But, it's no easy task either, because when you think about the cigar industry, you think about how times change. You think about women smoking cigars, right? And, as you go into the cigar lounge and you see a woman come in, Fran, I'm just curious to know, do you have any type of reservations or fears when you walk into a cigar lounge? What people are thinking? Thinking that perhaps it could be male dominated. What are your thoughts in that regard?
Well, they do treat you differently when you walk in.
Yeah.
It's like, can I help you?
Yeah.
Do you need help?
Yeah.
And it's just like, do you have any questions? I don't get the, hey, what are you looking for? It's not the same as when a guy walks in, they're like, yeah, I want a CAO.
Right,
and it's like, oh, they're right here. It's like, do you know what you want, honey? So
Let me show
it
you
is
the
a little,
flavors.
yeah, and
Let
I
me
laugh
show
and
you
I'm
the
like,
flavors.
can I just walk around for
Are
a
you
second?
sure you're in the right place?
Yeah, I'm like, yeah. No, I want to walk around and see what cigars are available to me, what I'm in the mood for. It could be anywhere from just the gauge itself. Do I want to smoke for 15 minutes? Do I want to smoke for a half hour? Things like that. So sometimes I just want to walk around and then ask, can you help me? I didn't see, some of the brands that I normally go to. This is what I like. What can you recommend? But I do know that many times I have walked into a cigar shop, not as beautiful as this. I mean, this is, oh my God.
gorgeous.
I'm like, I
Absolutely.
feel like I'm in Mecca right now. I mean,
Right.
Are you kidding me? Oh my God, it's just amazing. But I've walked into small cigar places and women are in there and the men put them to this little shelf on the wall with the little cigarettos and the amaretto flavors. And they're like, here, this is what you want. And I'm like, and I can't even help myself. I'm at the register and I stop. I go, I'll be right back. And I go, excuse me, sweetheart, what are you looking for? I said, are you just smoking for right now for tonight because you're going to a party? I said, do you want to actually learn something and maybe start smoking cigars? Some are like, I just want to party. And I'm like, okay, that's great for you, those little cigarettos. You come with me.
Yes.
And then I'm like, all right, we're going to start you off light. Maybe this nice little Torre Fuente Grand Reserve, like something small, not too much commitment,
Right.
lighter wrap. And I would take them in and like pick cigars out for them and help them.
Do you find that at any point that because you are a female and that they may not take your opinion as much as they would predominantly coming from a male, or do you find that they are in tune with what you're offering?
I find that as soon as I say, when they say, well, what do you normally smoke? And I say Partagas D4, that ends a lot of the misconceptions right there.
Okay.
And they're like, well, we have this. I go, yeah. I used to do the Rocky Patel 15th anniversary square press for years, So once they know I have some knowledge, they completely change. Completely change. They respect you. They're so willing to help. It's amazing. So it is a very inviting experience. It's just walking through. It's like going to a car dealership and they're like, hey, hello, can I help you? It's like,
Right.
You just got to get in there. And once they know,
Right.
you know what you like and what would make you happy, they're great. They're wonderful.
So we're here at the Curating Cigar Company in Tampa, Florida, formerly known as the cigar capital of the world. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Shades of Havana and Cigar Journal thank you for celebrating and watching our historical J.C. Newman 128th Year Anniversary Series. As a sign of appreciation, we'll give you a 1-year free subscription to the digital magazine. Access the best information on the global cigar world at Cigar Journal. Scan the QR code and apply the coupon code SOH23TAMPA prior to checkout.
What's up, everybody? Chris Payne here, CEO and founder of the Fluke Apparel Company. In honor of this historical event, the Fluke Apparel Company will be offering a nice little discount for all you Shades of Havana, you cigar enthusiasts, conversational enthusiasts. All you need to do is go to flukeapparelco.com and at checkout enter the letters SOH and you will receive a 15% off discount of your entire purchase. For those of you that don't know us, we are a beach and golf apparel company formed right here at the Jersey Shore, and we are excited for you guys to be a part of our family too.
Visit Tampa Bay.
Welcome back. We're here today and we're talking about cigar industries, the continuous changes, women in the industry. And Rick, do me a favor if you wouldn't mind. You mentioned launching West Tampa Tobacco. What is that experience like? Where can people find you?
Well, let's go back to why West Tampa Tobacco Company, because again, my DNA is from Tampa. My grandfather and grandmother came from Cuba in 1953 to roast cigars in Tampa, because in 1952, Tampa produced for the first time ever more cigars, making more Cuban cigars than Cuba was. Wow. And so that's the reason they came to Tampa. So when we're kind of thinking about what are we going to call this new company, let's go back to our circle of life. I want to connect my grandfather and my grandmother's history to my history. So I was brought up in West Tampa, so let's name it West Tampa. Because traveling the world, I had an opportunity to go to China, to Asia, to Europe, and when I mentioned, where are you from? Tampa, they always respond, cigar capital of the world. So they still have this image that everybody's greeting everybody with a cigar in their hands, or we're all smoking cigars, or we're all making cigars, but we knew there was a value to Tampa, so that's the reason we introduced that. So leaving a big company, one of the hardest things to leave a big company is the access to tobacco, because the big companies like General Cigar had access to any tobacco around the world. Coming to my new factory that I'm working with, we have 2.5 wrappers and 3 fillers. Wow, I'm used to having 35 wrappers that I can work with. Now I have 2 wrappers or 3 wrappers. So that's a challenge, but I think for what we wanted to do, we have accomplished every cigar blend that we wanted to launch, from West Tampa White, based on a Cubanesque flavor. You'll enjoy that later on.
Oh, I'm excited.
And so,
I'm very excited.
And then the U.S. market, they tend to really enjoy my old blends for CAO, like Flathead, Session, Bones, darker wrappers. That was the reason we launched Black. And then the red is the combination of what we want you to experience from the filler and the wrapper with one cigar.
You talk about challenges, and it's interesting to me, as we sit next to Reinhold, Senior Editor-in-Chief, you think about the challenges of what it's like when there's so much news in the industry about new brands and new products and accessories and influencers in the marketplace. How is it that you go about finding the right topic, the right article, the right story that you feature in your magazine and publication?
It's an interesting question. Before I answer it, I want to congratulate you, Rick, on the name that you found, because West Tampa is a great brand name. We have so many stories in the cigar industry that we constantly have to shift one story from one issue to the next issue because we have too much material. And gladly enough, we have a lot of dozens of really valued writers across the world that provide us with great stories, be it in Asia, in Europe, in the US, anywhere. It is fascinating to me how much news there is, how many new products are coming out. Right. And of course, we never want to forget to bring the reader to the backstage and tell them the stories that are not commonly known. Okay. The history of the families and how to develop new products and such. So yeah, endless
material. I mean,
yes.
Which as a writer, I'm sure, and it's a great problem to have. Right. But when you think about also too, you talk about content that news, like breaking news, right? And you're talking about pushing out other news, for the next publication. Is it, it's tough to continue to cover and stay current, right? So when you think about, pushing out dated news, is it difficult to find the stories or bring them back down the road, or?
What we did is, as we're a quarterly magazine, we cannot be current, really. Okay. So what we did is we developed a very comprehensive website. So whenever there are breaking news, we put them on the website, and then pick up that story probably later for the printed magazine and go in depth. That's what we do, and that works
fascinating.
out perfectly.
Now, it's really exciting for me. When you can talk about community and bringing people together. One of the reasons why this show was created was when you walk into a cigar lounge, you go from being complete strangers to then almost walking
for
out, knowing almost everything about the
With your
people's
best friends.
lives,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And no matter what walk of life you come from, through the, in my opinion, subliminal effect of a cocktail, a cigar, and really a comfortable atmosphere, walls come down. And you can talk about and exchange and have pleasant conversations with people that you normally couldn't do in a backyard barbecue or an outside event. And, when you think about power of community, what does it mean to the three of you?
Of like with the cigar community.
Cigar community.
Listen, for me, I don't even know how to explain it. It's so opening. It opens doors, friendships. Anytime I walk in a cigar bar, whenever I'm, let's say, down, and I could go to a cigar bar and just sit there. This is the best therapy.
It is.
Right here.
It is.
Then you can have to sit back. It's like going into this Zen moment. Have your drink, have your cigar, focus on your problems. And sometimes you meet people, like you were saying, they're so open and friendly.
Yes.
So open. And I've always said this, and I'll say it to the day I die. Cigars keep all the evil people away from you and bring all the good people very close. Because right when someone goes, ugh, you smoke a cigar? I'm like, ugh, you're out of my life.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want anything to do with you because I already know you have conditions and terms of friendship and camaraderie with people. And so, cigars have always been like, I just moved to Florida and came down here with no family, no friends, no connections. What'd I do? Went right down to a couple cigar bars, met people. They were so lovely and opening, and I felt like I had a home to go to on certain nights.
That's great.
It is amazing for me. We all know the connections, but I want to go back to what this gentleman does because, again, 5 years ago, you were reporting on only surface things. What's the blend? The blend is this. Now your readers want to go deeper and deeper and deeper. Where in Nicaragua? They're not happy with Nicaragua. We know what areas in Nicaragua what field is the tobaccos grow. Do you see that too, that your readers are getting more smart and they're more wanting from you more information, dig deeper in these brands?
Absolutely. As you said, I mean, people now they're not satisfied with Nicaraguan tobacco. They want to know Ometepe, Contega, Jalapa, Estelí, whatever. It's amazing how educated our readers are. And on the other hand, I want to say that when you read Cigar Journal Magazine, it's not heavy stuff. It's entertaining as well. And the cigar companies opening up, or the cigar associations opening up their countries for consumers to visit and explore manufacturers, fields, and the regions, does also contribute to the people wanting to know more. Because they go there once a year, but they want to have that feeling all year long. So with each issue that we put out, they're very satisfied, obviously.
It's amazing. Yeah. It's amazing. But community for cigars are very important. This is the reason we're kind of graduate to that cigar smoking experience, because you heard these stories like, bro, go to the cigar shop, you meet some great guys. So we know that. For us, it's connecting the family, and it really is. For me, my driving force is now connecting my daughter with her great-great-grandmother and rolling cigars. So the community of cigar smokers, if you're not a cigar smoker, you need to readjust yourself and experience a cigar with the right person and the right cigar. But when you get into this group of cigar smokers, you're never going to look back like, that was a wrong group to follow. We're not the Pride Boys. We're not the Proud Boys. So
it's interesting when you talk about community. It also creates experiences, for people to get up and walk away. You just mentioned the word, it's light, it's entertainment. And that, given our times, that's what the world needs. It needs to be light. It needs to be about bridging people together, building community. And through these experiences that we share with people that we've never met, it's so important. And it makes us stronger. It picks us up. We feel good. It takes us to a new level. And when you walk out, just having met somebody, you can, whatever you're going through in your everyday life, it almost feels as if it is non-existent. You had that little therapeutic release, you had that escape. One of the biggest honors and privileges it has been is working with all of you in terms of creating this anniversary series that we put on Friday at the J.C. Newman Cigar Warehouse and here at the Corona Cigar Company here in Tampa. If you wouldn't mind, if you could talk about what this experience has been like, what it has felt, or what it means to you, and where you see it going.
For me, it's simple. Just get the message out there. There's something about this called cigar smoking that we want to introduce you to. So this is an opportunity for us to get together as a fan, as a writer, as a maker, to say, guys, this is beautiful. And girls and ladies, this is beautiful. Come and be a part of this because I think you're going to enjoy this experience called cigar smoking. Yep.
It's well said. Well, I want to thank everybody for coming out, being a part of the Shades of Havana experience. We're excited. This is our first show on the road. As we continue to move forward, we're excited to have the opportunity to work with you guys, continue to strengthen our relationship here in the industry. And we can't thank you enough for joining us today. So our only question is, what are you smoking?
Shades of Havana with guest host Michael Doyle and special guests Reinhold Widmayer, Francesca Attardi, and Ricky Rodriguez. Co-producers John P. Doyle, Steve Zimke, Kara Guayardo. Producers David Zimmel, Erwin Sternberg, Ricky Rodriguez, Reinhold Widmayer. Executive producers Sean Sternberg, Michael R. Doyle. Directed by Rod Weber. Created by Michael R. Doyle and Rod Weber. Camera and sound Charles Rodriguez and Oscar R. Urdaneta. Editor, Steve Zimke. Special thanks to Charles Rodriguez at Big Boy Media Group, the Detour Duo, Tony and Sarah, travel content creators. Senior Editor and Chief of Cigar Journal, Reinhold Widmayer. Co-founder of West Tampa Tobacco, Ricky Rodriguez. And thanks to Jeffrey Borshowicz, President and CEO of Corona Cigar Company, for allowing Shades of Havana to capture the beauty and unique setting of Corona Cigar Company, Tampa. Shades of Havana was brought to you by Tampa Porsche, Bovita, Rabbit Air, Man Cave King, Bliss Mortgage, Fluke Apparel Company, Otis Eyewear, and Visit Tampa Bay. Shades of Havana and Cigar Journal thank you for celebrating and watching our historical J.C. Newman's 128th year anniversary series. Access the best information on the global cigar world, everything that happens in the premium cigar industry, news, launches, personalities, awards, and above all, our cigar rankings and blind tastings. Scan the QR code where you will receive a free 1-year digital subscription to Cigar Journal. Our sponsors' websites and phone numbers are also provided in the show notes. When you visit our sponsors, you're helping them and helping our show. And if you enjoy Shades of Havana, we hope you tell your friends and give us a great rating wherever you get your podcasts. All opinions expressed by the Shades of Havana participants are solely their own opinions and do not reflect the opinions of Shades of Havana, Inc., a subsidiary of MRD Productions, LLC. Shades of Havana is an MRD production.